Hey everybody, what's going on? I am Greg Sussman, joined today by our own Gabe Morency, who's giving us his 6 best bets for week 2 of the NFL season. What's happening, Gabe?
Ready to rock and roll, Greg. Let's do this thing.
Absolutely. Let's get right into it, and let's go across the river, where the Bills play their second consecutive game at MetLife Stadium, this time taking on the New York Giants. I know you're a Bills fan. You feel strongly about this one in 2 different ways. Who do you like and why?
Well, I'll tell you what, I like the Buffalo Bills in this football game, and we'll give you a couple of reasons. It's consecutive road games, but it's in the same stadium, an extremely rare situation. Not to mention, it's in the same state. Buffalo Bill fans travel extremely well. And a quick true story, I was at the Bills-Jets game at the Meadowlands last Sunday, and I was in the bathroom, and a guy in the bathroom actually asked the people out loud, said, what state are the Buffalo Bills from? Because, man, there are a lot of Bills fans here. And somebody responded to him, well, they're actually from the state of New York. And he said, well, I didn't know that because I'm a Giant fan. Well, I'll tell you what, Giant fan, you're going to know where Buffalo is from after Sunday. I find it ironic that a coach in Pat Shurmur that's attached to Eli Manning wonders if Josh Allen can be a starter. I guess he has a chance to be a starter in the NFL. Well, Coach, I guess you have a chance to stop Josh Allen. Oh, no, you don't. Josh Allen's going to run all over the Giants. You know how many times Eli Manning covered a point spread at home last year? You know how many times the New York Giants covered a point spread at home? About the same amount of times that I've gone to an NFL game sober before. Once, 1-6-1 against the spread last year at home. And Shurmur's talking smack about the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. Josh Allen, the Bills showed a ton of heart. They have an elite defense. New York are not scoring on them, all right? Giants might score a touchdown, couple of field goals. It'll be an ugly football game. The Buffalo Bills are going to start the season 2-0, and this game's going to go under the number. 8 of the last 10 Bills road games have gone under the number. Look for the Bills to play ball control, shut down, and terrorize Eli Manning. And for all you Eli detractors out there, don't worry about it. I think he might get decapitated on Sunday against the Bills, and Daniel Jones might end up on the field. I think it's going to get that ugly. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, Greg. Give me the Buffalo Bills and the under.
Of course, Gabe's going with his favorite team, the Buffalo Bills, at MetLife Stadium. And because he has to go and not be sober in a game, Gabe not going to this one, huh?
I could change my mind. I could change my mind. I'll be honest, yeah. It took me until Wednesday to recover to go to that Jet Bill game, all right? I'm as beat up as Sam Darnold. I'm sicker than he is. I'm showing up for work, but that's besides the point. It's a long season, Greg. I got to pace myself.
Pace yourself, indeed. Bills in the under, says Gabe. Let's move on to our next game, which has the Jags and the Texans division battle in the AFC South. Gardner Minshew making his first career start in Houston. Texans coming off a tough loss on Monday Night Football, but they are at home. Who do you like, Gabe?
Well, as somebody with absolutely zero social life, I have seen Gardner Minshew play on television a lot because Washington State played a lot on Friday nights last year on national television. And if you like to lay it down on college football, then you've watched Gardner Minshew before. Incredibly accurate passer. He completed 70% of his passes at Washington State. And listen, he doesn't look like Tom Brady. He's not married to a supermodel. He doesn't have $300 million, and I don't think he's ever deflated any footballs before. But Gardner Minshew basically taught himself how to play quarterback by modeling himself after Tom Brady. Sort of just the quick drop back, quick release, stay calm under pressure. This kid is fearless, and if anybody has seen his mustache and his wardrobe, then you have to be fearless to walk around like that. I just don't trust Bill O'Brien laying 8.5 points in a situation like this, coming off of a short week. I think Minshew can have a lot of success dinking and dunking the football. He can't really throw the ball down the field that much. He's not going to stretch it, but players can make plays after they get the ball from him. Heavy dose of the ground game. Smash mouth divisional tilt, guys. Give me the underdog and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Do you think the Jaguars could pull it off on the money line as well?
Anytime you're taking an underdog, you have to believe that they can win the football game. And I believe that they can win this football game. And we talk about it a lot, guys. 82% of the time, let me repeat, 82% of the time the point spread does not come into play. It's irrelevant in National Football League games. And this has been a trend for the last 5 years or so. And we saw it on Thursday Night Football. Tampa getting 7 points. They win the game outright. And what did I say? I said, take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I'm not sure whether they're going to win the game because I'm scared. Ooh, I was scared. I was a wuss. Little sprinkle on the Jags money line as well, but they will cover the 8.5 points.
The Jags and Gardner Minshew going into Houston where they should get blown out, except they won't. They'll cover the spread and potentially win this game outright. Let's continue on. The Chargers and the Lions are up next. Matt Patricia taking his Lions team to a loss, what it felt like a loss last week, in a tie against Arizona. This week, they face a Chargers team that survived Indianapolis. Who do you like?
Matt Patricia couldn't take his football team and beat a group of seniors playing pickup football in a church parking lot at the intermission of a bingo tournament. All right? This guy is a clown. He might be the worst coach. And, in fact, I'll go on record and say I believe that Matt Patricia is the worst coach in the National Football League. Let's look at his track record. All right? Last year in the preseason, he was 1-3. Then they were 5-11 in the regular season. He was 0-4 in the preseason this year. And, oh, yeah, they blew a double-digit lead and tied a team that was projected to have the second worst record in the National Football League and a kid quarterback that is playing in his first National Football League game. Great job, Matt. Maybe you just need to work out more. And, I don't know, maybe you need 2-a-days in the snow. All right? Matt Patricia is one of these people that gets his ass handed to him, gets out coached, and then thinks that he needs to work harder. And you know what? He needs to work the players harder. The Detroit Lions players were never happy that Jim Caldwell was fired. They've never liked Matt Patricia from day one. If not for an embarrassment, the Ford family would probably let him go, but then people are going to look at the Ford family and what an embarrassment that they are in running the Detroit Lions. I'll tell you what, Gregg, every sort of handicapper, quote-unquote, wise guy and professional bettor that we have spoken to this week, they all love the Detroit Lions. So you know what? Give me the Los Angeles Chargers. And come on, man. At this point, it's a little bit of a problem. We know that Triple H is out, right? Hunter Hearst Henry, he's out. Mike Williams, a little bit of a problem. I don't care, man. Like, seriously. You can put Hillary Clinton at one wideout and Stephen Hawking's on the other side, and I'm still going to bet against Matt Patricia. Give me the LA Chargers to win this football game on the road, and Matt Patricia is one step closer to not being a head coach in the NFL. Give me the Chargers.
Patricia inching ever so close to that hot seat. We'll see what happens this week, but Gabe likes the Chargers outright. Continuing on, the Pittsburgh Steelers were lambasted in the opener in New England. This week, they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Will it be any different?
A lot different. Big Ben Roethlisberger is a lot of things. One of the things that he is resilient. How about this, Gregg? When the Pittsburgh Steelers do not cover the point spread by 18 points or more. So whatever the point spread is in a football game, and there's a bigger differential of 18 points. So in other words, whenever the Pittsburgh Steelers have gotten blown out, it's happened 8 times in Ben Roethlisberger's career that he's lost by 18 or more points to what the point spread was. You know what his record is? After 8-0, straight up and against the spread. I said nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Well, nobody forges the fire like the Steel Town Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben Roethlisberger doesn't like losing, competitive, doesn't like being embarrassed. Pittsburgh Steelers are a very good football team this year. Don't be fooled. They just can't beat the New England Patriots. It just is what it is. They can't. It's just a matchup thing. And if they have to play them in the playoffs, then the season's over for them again. But I think Pittsburgh can beat pretty much anybody else in the National Football League. Seattle are not a good early season team, and they're not a good road team. I think they're going to have a hard time trading points and keeping up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll lay the 4 points with the Steel Town crew.
Pittsburgh Steelers blown out, but that's a good sign for us here this week, according to Gabe. Get in on the Steelers this week against Seattle. One more bet to get to tonight, and that is Sunday Night Football. It's the Eagles and the Falcons. Eagles came back from all the way down against Washington. Atlanta could not do the same against Minnesota. This one takes place in Atlanta. What do you think, Gabe?
I think that Coach Quinn is starting to be on the clock a little bit right now. I also think this Atlanta Falcon team has peaked with this coaching staff. They are who we think they are. You know what I mean? Like, Matt Ryan, he is good. Is he great? No. Julio Jones is great. But it's really, the Atlanta Falcons just really seem to repeat the history more than any other team. But right now, the Falcons are in a desperate situation. They haven't won a lot of football games as of late. Last year was a disappointment. The preseason was an embarrassment. Week 1 was a total humiliation in which they're held to 12 points. Now you got a Philadelphia Eagle team rolling in to the Dome there, whatever the hell it's called, the BMW Stadium or whatever it is. Very nice stadium, but I don't know what it's called anymore. BMW something. They roll in there. Earlier in the week, Gregg, I was like, you know what? The Falcons need this game. Falcons need this game. Well, you know what? I walk down through the streets of New York, and I see a lot of people on the street that need a lot of things. Doesn't mean they're going to get it. We all need things in this world. You have to earn it. I'm not so sure I can trust the Atlanta Falcons to earn this, but I'm leaning with the Eagles. I don't want to take the Eagles either. You know what I am going to do? I'm going to take the over. I think it's fitting when we're talking about a matchup between the Eagles and the Falcons that the total is going to soar and fly over the number. Expect a track meet, high-scoring game. Whoever has the ball last wins. Give me the over in this football game.
Should be a fun one in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Over 52.5, says Gabe Morency. Eagles and Falcons, whoever scores last is going to win. But hopefully there's just a lot of scoring in general. We're all going over. That's going to do it for us here on the FanDuel Hurry Up. Gabe, good luck this week, my man.
May the winners be yours.
Everyone out there, get those bets in, make some money, and join us next week when we go over everything you need to know about Week 3 in the NFL. For Gabe Morency, I'm Gregg Sussman. Good luck this weekend.